Alright everybody, welcome back. Now in today's video we are going to be covering the AMX, which is a 10.7 Italian tech tree strike aircraft. I don't know why I wanted to do a Lee impression for the intro today, but we're doing that, so yeah. AMX 10.7 gets 2 9Ls and a Vulcan. Decent flight model. It used to have a wing ripping issue, but I think that's fixed now. I don't know what else to say about this thing really. It's a side grade to the Alpha Jet, the Thai Alpha Jet. It has a slightly better flight model, it can go fast, it has better low speed performance, can pull more Gs, I'm pretty sure. And it has the Vulcan, which is an upgraded gun. The missiles, you have less missiles, which is unfortunate, and depending on whether you like the 9Ls or 9P4s more, yeah, you get your choice of those. The 9P4s accelerate a lot quicker and are also better in like close range head-on sling fast launches. But are also a lot worse from long range because they don't really have the range for the most part. They can't really go more than 2 kilometers, which the Aim9Ls did in fact fix. So, yeah, it sort of depends on which one you like more. I think this little fella looks better, to be honest, so I kind of prefer this over the other one. I hate the wingtip pylons, the fact that you just can't get rid of them, but, yeah. That's essentially the plane. You play it essentially the same way that you do with the Thai Alpha Jet, except you can get a bit closer to some people, which is always nice. And your missiles have a bit longer range, so you can catch some more people off guard. That's about it. I shall now get into the gameplay. This is pre-recorded, I should say. I'm recording this on December 27th. I am away in Washington, D.C. right now. I'm probably flying back because this should release sometime in the evening, so I'm probably on the flight back as we speak. I'm going to launch this to the MiG-23. It's tracking his missile, isn't it? No, it's tracking him, but he dies anyways. Guess who is washed with the Vulcan? That would be me. I'm going to pitch off for this, Vigan. I should have thrown an expert on this. I should have experted this, actually. This thing caused a lot more AOA than the funny Thai Alpha. I can't really see him. I can see him now. He manages to roll out the way, which is annoying. I'm going to over-G again if I don't try to net-G a little bit. He just sort of sits in front of me. I'm not fully sure what his game plan there was, but whatever it was wrong. So yeah, if you do have this thing, I would highly recommend you expert crew it, because I forgot how many Gs this thing can pull. It feels I should not be engaging this many people at once without team. I have a J70 behind me. That's enough. That's more than enough. We're chilling. Me and the fella. And the A10 is doing a classic A10 friendly fire moment as well, so, you know, there's also that. I'm just going to dodge the A10's guns. I'm going to roll over both of them here. See if I can get some gunshots back down on them. I swear to God, if this J70 takes the head on immediately after I said he was smart, the A10 pulls in for us. This guy is probably also not aware. I'm going to sling a missile at him. F5C coming from behind. Missile connects. F5C does not compress into the water. The A10 from earlier is dead. I should have been watching. I could have taken a gunshot, man. Looks like the J7D clipped one of the A10's wings off. So, just like my dog, he can no longer reproduce. Tried to fire some Vulcan shots at the F5C. I am washed as fuck, and I'm out of ammo. I just have to run back to base now, but I don't know how I'm going to manage this. I'm going to keep this F5C defensive and hope my J7D teammate can hit his gunshots. The other J7 is non-committing. Hit the shot. Oh, he barely misses. F5C is going to go up and over us. We don't have any ammo left, so I can probably just hold my speed here and leave him alone. The other A10 without the wing is just sort of chilling up in the stratosphere. He's probably going to try to launch a missile at me in a second. Just going to drop some pre-flares because they fire a little bit weirdly. And the J7D is on his own to kill the F5. I'm just going to have to leave because I have nothing left. Looks like the majority of my team is mostly dying, and you kind of rely on your team in this thing. I also should have hit a lot more of my Vulcan shots there as well. I am just kind of out of practice with the guns on this thing. So. Also, by the way, I did talisman this thing a little while ago. I don't remember if it was this sale or last sale or whatever, but I have put a talisman on this, and I do intend to use it to grind out Italy, because it's a very good plane, very consistent. I mean, anything with 9Ls at this level of BR is probably going to be pretty consistent if you can use them right, but, you know, I have my 1,000 tram kills with them to qualify me for the low BR 9L slingers. We have an SU-25 here who wants to engage. We have no ammo, so we can't do that. I'm going to roll in front of him. He flies away. Good, good, good. I'm going to go rearm, and I will see you once I've rearmed. Never mind, I haven't rearmed yet. Freeze jump scare. Out of curiosity, I'm guessing if you've made it this far, you have watched some of the previous videos. If not, subscribe, but, Guessing you probably have seen some of the previous videos. Question. Do you rather... I know I'm going to be just straight up yapping over gameplay the entire time, but would you rather me yap about the gameplay? Would you rather me yap about the plane? Or would you rather me just, like, yap about whatever comes to mind, like just random things in my life, or just things that I find amusing, whatever. Please let me know in the comments, because I am really curious as to why a lot of you watch these videos, so if you can let me know, I can make the videos a bit better for you, so yeah. One of the enemies has popped a blind hunt and it's landed on us. I might clear it actually here. Or, yes, I will. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to showcase this tech real quick. If you've landed on the airfield, you have to be undamaged to do this, by the way. If you've taken damage, it won't work. What you can do, once you've come to a stop, you can see the little repair text, you haven't taken damage. You can hold J on the airfield. That is going to make you leave your jet, and then you can immediately get back in it. I'm actually going to switch to air targets. We were on 8 minutes of fuel and we didn't run out? Okay. I'm going to switch that to like 15 so I don't forget later, but this thing's fuel burn must be slow. So essentially, you can hop back in your jet and it'll refresh things like blind hunts. It hopped back onto the enemy who activated it there, which was really lucky, but you can use it to escape blind hunts. If someone's trying to like strafe you on the airfield, you can use it to essentially not be in your plane anymore and they can't strafe you. You do have a 90-second timer once you stop on the airfield, which you will need to be moving again by, or otherwise it will just insta-kill you, so you have to keep that in mind. But yeah, the strategy is actually very useful if you would like to clear things like that from you when you're on the airfield. So we are coming in, we have a J7D. I would like to try to get him off the Kafir canard because I kind of need this guy if I'm going to 1v2. Or I would rather 2v2 than 1v2, sorry. So I either need to kill the J7D here, I need to keep the Kafir safe, or both, preferably. Preferably? The 9Ls do have a slight proxy delay, so I probably can't launch it in the head-on here. I will go for the Vulcan, we barely miss. He is going to be pulling over the Kafir, okay. So that's not good. J out on the runway, please J out. I can save you if you J out, please, leave your plane. He does not know the trick, that's incredibly unfortunate. So like, that is a scenario that he should have... If he was able to J out there, then the J7D would have no longer been able to target him, and I would have been able to take the heat off the Kafir. But, yeah, that's incredibly unfortunate. This guy just outruns us, so he can literally just run to the ends of the earth if he wants to, and it looks like that's what his plan is. There's nothing I can do about this now, which is why I wanted the Kafir alive, because he's actually quick, but Kafir didn't also look like the best player, so... might not have really been able to do very much. It looks like the J7 does decide to re-engage slightly. He is just sort of like slowly turning around. The other F5 is straight up on their airfield. If this guy actually can't 1v1 a fucking AMX in the J7D, there's no way, right? There's no way you're actually just going to keep running. You know what? I'm going to give you my 6 and fly away from my airfield. This should be... You're free to turn in. Yeah, there we go. Now he's doing it. Alright, so now we are going to turn back in towards him. I would like to see if I can make him turn a little bit at the start of this engagement here, so he does bleed a bit of speed, and I want to try to hold as much as mine as I can. Okay, he's bled off a lot of speed, actually. PL5B just ignores. Fuck off. Yeah, a lot of people was questioning me about the PL5's flare resistance. Just no. I flared several times. They were pretty close to my engine. It just ignores them anyways. Lol. And he BMs in chat. Alright. We get the exact same map again. I just hope it's not at like midnight this time. But as you can see, this plane is really not good in 1v1s, mostly just because it actually can't catch anyone. The sustained performance isn't too bad from what I remember, but like, it's just probably not going to happen because they can just run away from you forever, really, until they have the positioning and advantage over you and then take shots at you and then just once again leave and run away forever. And there's not really much you can do about that. So you kind of need to have friends around on this thing, but you know, as you saw there, it just doesn't always happen. So if you can get this plane in the right situation, it is really good, but if you don't get the plane in the right situation, it's just very mid. So also, I was going to make a Kurnas video because the Kurnas is really strong right now, but the sails just break the matchmaker every single time. There's so many F4S players again, and you just get constant up tiers and constant up tiers. I actually hate the sails because it means that, like, everyone gets in their shit on new premiums and they've got no idea what they're doing. It's just, ugh, I don't like it. It's really annoying to me, but whatever. Yeah, like, look at this. The fucking MiG-21 are on our team. Level 37. Has more battles than kills in air. So, you know, that's most of the premium players you're going to be seeing. Yeah, I wish they would do something about the premiums, man, because it really just sucks around these BLs so much. There was a tornado over here. I don't know if he saw us. I have a feeling he's not the brightest tool in the shed. So we're just going to launch a 9L at him. Yep, I'm typically pretty good about gut feelings when it comes to planes like that. If they flare too late as well, the 9L will just ignore flares close to them and will just beam them out the sky anyways. With 9Ls, you can get them to ignore flares if you launch them in the right, like, aspects and times, but typically you would rather just launch them on people who just aren't paying attention straight up or just don't know you're there, because if they can't see the missile, they're not going to be flaring it. So, speaking of, there is an Su-22 in this valley somewhere who has no idea we're here. We pop up right from behind the mountain, probably aren't even spotted as he was looking around, which means we get to simply beam him without him looking or paying attention. Somehow, a Kurnas loses 1v1 to a MiG-21, but that also means the MiG-21 is slow, so I would like to try to capitalize on him while we can. I'm going to miss the gunshot. I don't really want to compress into the mountain, so I'm just going to pull up and over him, see if we can get on the 6 here a little bit. It doesn't seem like he's being super aggressive. It looks like he's just sort of like taking low-down defensive maneuvers, which is not really the best play against something like this in this sort of scenario, because now you just like make yourself an easy target. Because my plane is so slow, what he should have tried to do there is just like disengage and try to gain more speed again, but he just decided not to do that for some reason, so he becomes a free kill for me. We have put ourselves into the flight path of pretty much their whole team though, which is a bit of an issue. So I would like to try to escape that. I'm going to use this hill here against the MiG-21 to sort of prevent him from having any offensive solutions onto us. He is going to try to creep close. We do also have someone else behind. It was an F5C. Good thing they can't hit their shots. We do get a shot on the MiG-21, and I don't hit it. You will also need to try to get good at hitting those sorts of Vulcan snapshots in this thing. Because you're so slow, a lot of the times you aren't going to have a similar speed difference to the planes around you, meaning whenever you need to hit shots on people, you are going to need to hit, like, very tight snapshots with minimal, like, time, essentially, to actually line them up. So you'll need to get pretty good at that with the Vulcan. Fortunately, the Vulcan's really good at doing that, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue compared to something like the GSH-23. So I am just going to sort of hang around some of my teammates with this MiG-21 because I don't really want him killing any of them. And if I can sort of prevent him from doing that, I will take it, but I am also very slow. A-10 takes a full commit. I'm not really sure why the MiG-21 decided to take that in the first place. The Tornado also tries to sling a 9L at the A-10, which obviously the burning body of a MiG-21 base is hotter than the other thing, so obviously. There we go. We pull up and over. We barely missed the Vulcan. I rolled a little bit too much there. Or pulled up too much, sorry, to try to compensate for the drag. I need to disengage here because of that Tornado specifically, because he can gain speed and he has a ton of position on me, which will be quite scary, even though his gun is quite bad. F5C from earlier, he's missed 4 passes on us now, plows straight into the mountain, 0 awareness whatsoever. Exactly what you come to expect from an F5C player. I don't know why the Tornado was going so slow behind us in the first place, but it means that when he overshoots, we get a very easy gun solution on him, which is good. MiG-21 and F4E both up high on us, probably going to want us dead. The F4E barely clips us. He was very slow behind, so quite unfortunate. It is what it is. We get a 4K. Our team collapsed, so there wasn't much more I realistically could have done there, but that's okay. What's going to be the title of your video? I don't know. Good question. We'll think of something. Anyways, that's how you play the AMX. You are slow. You want to try to engage people one at a time. You want to try to land your Vulcan snapshots. 9L people who aren't looking at you or don't really care, and try to help out your teammates as much as you can. There we go. Fun little rundown of the plane. I really love these sorts of trainer aircraft and planes like it. The planes like the AMX, the Alpha Jets with 9Ps, obviously. Stuff like the Tram sort of falls into a similar category as well. I love these planes. I think they're really cute. I think they're very fun to play. I do very much enjoy playing them. A lot of the worst flight models with good missiles and also somewhat decent flight performance and great guns. Things like the SK-60 as well falls into that category very nicely for me too. So, yeah, I do hope we eventually get things like the T-50 for the Thai subtree over here, even though it was a South Korean jet domestically. This is really the only place that it could have fit in. As well as that was why I was so pissed about a lot of the copy and paste that happened in this tree here, because the T50 or FA50, whatever version you want to add, could have been a very cool, like, unique flight model for this tree. It's really one of the only ways that you could have implemented it, unless you are doing a full domestic South Korean tech tree. But I digress. Whatever. I hope you all are having a great day. I will see you tomorrow in 2025. Holy shit. With some new content. So yeah, have a great one. See you then. Enjoy the rest of 2024. Goodbye.